Well, we're going to delve into our artist chat now. Terrence McKay's return to music is a celebration of resilience and rebirth, a powerful comeback that resonates with the echoes of loss and reflection and spiritual renewal. Now, after navigating the shadows of sorrow and mourning, his longtime manager and close friend Pheko, this happened during the pandemic, McKay emerges anew, and his spirit is amplified by the profound journey through grief. Now, his upcoming EP, it's entitled Inzalo, and it will be capturing the depth of his experiences and the strength that it also took to rise again. And so on that note, he joins us this morning to chat about the project. Terrence McKay, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Yes.
How are you feeling at this point? I mean, I know it's been a very hard journey, but you've walked through the shadows and you've now emerged on the other side with this offering.
Yeah, like it's a lot of emotions at the same time, but I think it's excitement. It's excitement to be back making music again, to continue this musical journey that at some point I didn't know would continue. Yeah. So I'm really happy. Who
were some of those people whispering in your ear that you need to make a comeback? And obviously, because it's so raw and the emotions are, and you're so vulnerable with your emotions. I mean, that's what speaks to the soul, right? That's what actually makes people connect. So sometimes they say what's not good for the heart is actually good for the art.
True, true. So a lot of people, from people who had been supporting my music since I began, close friends, family, my management team, a lot of people are like, you have to come back. And at some point it was scary because I didn't know if I would. I didn't know if I'd ever be ready to take it on again, and I'm glad that I am.
Yeah, I mean, you smile and your eyes light up when you say that. I know that spirituality also plays a huge role for you, and that's where family, that's where identity also comes in.
True.
What does that spiritual renewal look like for you?
For me, it's basically an understanding of myself for the first time ever. Wow. You know, like a combination of who I am as an individual and as an artist. Like, it's like my identity is complete for the first time finally. So,
I mean, are you able to share more? What were some of those things that became solidified that you're now certain of when it comes to you?
That I'm calm. I'm a very calm person. I thought I was very chaotic and loud because of my performance style and everything like that. I thought that was my personality. I used to resonate with that more than I did with myself. And then in my individual self, I'd get lost and confused, and you know, the pressures of mental anxiety and things like that. But right now, after the journey that I've been on, I understand that there's me the performer, but then me the individual, and they're opposites. I'm a lot calmer as a person than I am as a musician. I'm very loud and out there, but
and you take up so much space. No, and I mean, that's the gift of your artistry and the vessel that you've become. But it's nice to have that clarity, right?
Yeah, true.
Because clarity is kindness. And to your point, gentleness and calmness, it's sometimes we think strength is brute and might, but actually gentle and calm is also a quiet strength, right? That can stand the test of times.
True.
So creatively, what would have been the hardest part of the process for you in applying yourself?
Coming back to studio. When I performed again, it was easy. It was like I never left. But recording was so hard. It took me a year to get it. Like, to be at a point where I'm like, okay, now I'm making music that I'm happy with. It took me an entire year.
Is that a feeling that you don't connect to? Or, I mean, describe what you mean by
the feeling,
not getting
it. It was the feeling, like being in front of a microphone, listening to the song on the beat on headsets and singing, and then listening back and going, what is this?
Oh, wow.
Who is singing here? It can't be me. But then you just keep doing it and you keep doing it, and then you realize that it's more technical than emotional. That's what I realized, that I never really realized about the recording process. It's more technical than emotional, and that's what challenges me, because I'm very emotional. So I wanted to apply the stage emotion to the recording, and once I understood the difference, it was easy to just ease into it.
Okay. Pheko obviously passed away, and that also started the process of you taking a step back. How do you still remember him? How do you remember the inputs that he had? Or was he part of the process in the recording? Was his spirit alive around you?
Like, he was. I actually would dream of him.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I still do dream of him. When I started my process, I dreamt of him. And for me, that was like affirmation that it's time to go back now. Nobody told me, but I think having that dream was like, okay, it's time now. Grootman says I must go back now. So I need to go back now.
Thank you for hearing that call, because I mean, you also then get to collaborate with songwriters, with other producers and a team at large.
Yeah.
And was that a sacred process for you as well? Just how all the elements would have also come together and the people on the value chain for you?
And it actually, it was a very uncomfortable process for me, because I've always been someone who prefers, especially with recording, it's just me and my producer. And when I came back now, I realized I can't do this by myself. I have to surround myself with people who can help me carry the load, who can do the things that I can't do for myself. So I'm working with different producers outside of my producer. I've got a team now, I've got a manager who screams at me again and says you're late and all of that. So it's
fine, they're holding you accountable, no problem.
So it's stepping outside of my comfort zone, but I'm learning that there's a lot of control and strength in vulnerability.
Absolutely.
And just letting people know, listen, I need help with this.
And that's what the world is starving for right
True.
now. There's that loneliness epidemic,
True,
right? So
true.
connection is what we need. And as humans, that's how we exist in relation to things and people. And I wonder if we look at your sound that have also evolved as a result of this maturity and this clarity of who you are. I mean, can you take us through that process as well?
So for the very first time, I'm making songs that are more about spirituality, talking about my understanding of religion, of God, of spirituality, of ancestry. For the very first time, I've always just made love songs. But that's what I'm doing now, and that's what's part of this EP, you know. But I still got my dance music in there, my love songs in there. We gotta have that. But the biggest change for me, or element of growth, is being able to articulate my understanding of God, of spirituality through song.
Well, I can feel it. Thank you for encompassing that, and thank you for being vulnerable enough to share your story. And we're just wishing you all the best as you with your rebirth on Inzalo, of course, this morning, chatting to musician Terrence McKay about his upcoming project Inzalo. Let's see how that unfolds. Of course, his vulnerability really coming to the fore as he pays homage to people he's lost, but also that rebirth, and as he continues on his journey in life. Let's leave it there. We'll be right back after this.